So hello everyone, Karan Rawat this side, and I welcome you to all on my channel where we are just continuing with the playlist of WTIR, that is web terminologies and information retrieval. This subject is basically there in BCA, MCA, or if you are in BTech. So this may be your subject, this may be your you can say mandatory subject, or this can be your audit course. Okay, so we are just basically just understanding the subject. Our playlist is going on, and I think this is the sixth or seventh part of that playlist. In previous video we have seen about what is this we have seen about the proxy server. Okay, we have also seen what is this robots.txt file. That is very much important, you should know this, what is this and all that. In previous video we have just only seen the what is this proxy server. I told you the important points about the proxy server, and today's video we are moving ahead. Now we will discuss some difference between the VPN and proxy server. Okay, proxy server, we know what is this. Just make it just do a little bit remind. Just proxy server is basically we are just acting on behalf of someone. So proxy server basically what it does, it basically provides you an IP address. So what happen, with the help of that IP address you can access the blocked website. Basically what happen, if there is any you can say if there is any situation and some of the websites are blocked in your area, or you can say in your country, in your you can say in your particular locality, if some websites are blocked and you want to access them, so they are basically blocked for your IP address. Why? So for that you should know what is this IP address. IP address is basically uh, a if you want to find a particular node in a computer network, so for that you should know the IP address. In that case IP address is basically used, and this IP address is basically you can say a logical address that can be changed with the help of location. If you are changing your location, so then your IP address will change. Okay, or they can be changed by the location. Okay, so we are just considering example that your IP address is basically blocked. Like if you like a particular website has blocked for the particular location of IP address. So if you are in that particular location, so you can't access that uh, you you can't access that website. So for that you need to basically, you can use this proxy server that will basically provide you an IP address so that you can access that blocked website. Okay, so this is basically the concept of proxy server that we have seen our previous video, and it is also known as www proxy, web proxy and all that. Okay, now we are going to discuss today is, so that we have also listened the VPN is also a kind of this same thing. And so like where are the main differences between this VPN and proxy? Maybe it might be possible that some of you know what is this VPN. You have also seen the VPN, so you are thinking that bhaiya, VPN and proxy server, I think they both are same. No, there are some little bit difference that we are going to discuss. So first difference, you can say this your VPN is basically operates at the that OSI level. Okay, it basically works at, you can say operate at OSI level, and this basically operates at application level. So see, just don't need to understand these first points. So we will basically start from the another points, then you will know the importance of these points, because these points can be understand better if you know these points basically. So yeah, we are just saying that VPN basically provides us the more secure due to encryption and decryption. Basically, what happening? This proxy server is basically just providing the IP address to us, so that we are accessing that particular website with the help of the IP address that was given to us by proxy server. We are not accessing that blog website with the help of our IP address, because we can't be able to that access that blog website with our IP address. So we are using the proxy server's IP address. So here in proxy server they are basically hiding the IP address only. Okay, they are not hiding the data, or they are not providing any kind of security to us. Okay, they are just only hiding our IP address so that we can access the blocked website with the help of another IP address. Okay, that was not blocked by that particular website. So basically VPN provides us the more secure due to encryption and decryption. But in case of proxy server, there is no kind of encryption or decryption. They are basically less secure, you can say, because they only hide the IP address. Okay, So they are only just hiding the IP address, not data. So you can see this point, this is a very important point. In VPN, speed is also less. Speed is also less, but in proxy server, speed is more than VPN. So this is the another difference between this, that VPN is basically slow and this proxy server is basically having a high speed than comparison to VPN. That is VPN, you know, na, virtual private network we are talking about. Okay. If we talk about the cost, so the VPN is basically costly and this proxy server, they are basically less costly. You can say these are cheap and VPN are basically expensive. So reliable, you can say reliable, basically reliable in terms of security, we can say. So reliable, VPN is more reliable, and I told you why that they are more reliable, because they are just providing the encryption decryption facilities also. Okay, they are just providing us the secure environment. So security or the reliability is more in case of VPN, while in case of proxy, they are just only providing the IP address so that we can access the blocked website. So they are basically less reliable as compared to VPN. So this is the another difference between the VPN and proxy server. Another difference that is not written here, I can tell you, and if you remember these points that we have discussed in our previous videos, that proxy server basically it has its own cache memory. Now what is this point, cache memory? So basically this VPN is this proxy server has its cache memory. Cache memory is very fast memory, but yeah, it has a very less size. Okay, as compared to others memory, it is a very small size memory, but yeah, it is a fast memory. So basically proxy server have their own cache memory where they are having the records of surfing. Okay, where they are having the records of surfing, like if you are using the proxy server, so proxy server provide you an IP address. Now you are using that IP address and you are just surfing on the internet, so proxy server will also have a record of your, okay, and they stored it in their cache memory, because every proxy server have their own cache memory. But when we talk about VPN, there is no concept of cache memory. Like they do not have they do not have their own memory. Okay, so there is no concept of storing the data in a memory, because there is no memory in VPN. Okay, they are just only providing the encryption, decryption, security, and all that. So this is the also the another difference, that proxy server basically uh, keep the records of the surfing you can understand. Okay, so they basically also keep the records of your surfing, because they have their cache memory. But when we talk about VPN, they do not have a cache memory, so they do not keep the records of your surfing. This is the another point about VPN and proxy server. So I think you are now clear with the difference between VPN and proxy server. Okay, so these are some key points that you can basically write it in your exam if this question comes, and if this question doesn't come, so that you this can be a journal knowledge for you. Okay, if you are a CS student, that what is the difference between VPN and proxy server. So another thing we are going to discuss, see it is not clear here, so I will cover this in my next video where I will be getting a clear image of this and I will be explaining to you. Okay, so just please, I want your feedback in the comment section, that how these notes, and if there is any need of if there is any suggestions from your side, or is there any improvement I can also do, so just let me know. So next topic or next concept, we are discussing the web graph. Web graph is basically there in your syllabus. It is mentioned in your syllabus that what is web graph, and I told you these are the web terminologies. So if this subject is there or not there in your syllabus, so these are the web terminologies, and when you are entering into the world of web, when you are into entering into the world of this information and technology, so you should know these terminologies. Okay, so here one terminologies came, that is the web graph. Now what is this web graph? You can see I have written the definition. Yeah, see, web pages are node and link between them are pages. So basically web graph is also a directed graph. Directed graph, basically the graph which has direction. We call it a directed because they are having the direction. So this web graph is basically the this idea came out with the help of Larry Page and Sergey Brin. They came out with the idea of maintaining a web graph. Web graph, I told you that this is a directed graph which has directions. So the Larry Page and Sergey Brin, I think these are the founder of Google, I think. So these are the founder, I think Larry Page and Sergey Brin. I am not confirmed about them, but yeah, they came out the idea of maintaining a web graph, and this is a directed graph I told you, which has basically a direction. Now in web graph, every web page, you know, no web page. What is web page? Web page is basically the collection of content, images, videos, and all the different text formatting and all that. So a web graph is a like in every web page is basically represented as a node and a page pointing to another page through a hyperlink. Because what happened, these web pages are connecting to each other with the help of hyperlink. Okay, so here every web page is basically representing a node, and the connection, you can say the connection between them, you can say the edge, is basically the link between them. So you can now understand this definition better that I told you earlier, that web pages are basically node, or you can say vertex, and the link between them are edges. Edges means the line which is connecting two web pages, and that line is known as, that edges is a, with the help of hyperlink. Okay, so one page is having a hyperlink, and by clicking on that particular hyperlink, that will transfer us to on the another website. So that is making the link, you can say edge, between the two web pages, and these web pages are acting as a node. So this is our graph, because graph is basically are having two things, node, or we can say a vertex, and another is edge, or you can say link between the vertexes. Okay, so we have vertex here is as a web pages, and the link between them is we can say edges. Okay, so and how this they are linking to each other, the page pointing to another page through the hyperlink, as you can see here. I have written it very clearly. So a web graph in every web page is basically a node, and the page pointing to another page through a hyperlink, and that is known as edge. So this is very much clear to you now. Basically these web graphs, they are connecting in a unidirection medium. Like they are connecting unidirection means basically means in one direction. Okay, so they are connecting in one direction, they are not connecting in bidirection means both, from both the sides. No, unidirection, only one side direction is there. Okay, that can be a left to right or right to left. Here it can be top to bottom, bottom to top. Okay, so they are basically connecting in unidirection. Next is, this web graph basically used in IR to analyze the structure of web and understand how it is navigated. So I told you that these are the terminologies that are related to each other. So these web graph are basically used in information retrieval system, just to analyze the structure and to understand basically how it navigates. Okay, so this I think clear to you very much, because they are used in information retrieval to analyze the structure of these web, that how this web is basically connected. Because with the help of this web graph we can easily analyze, how we can easily analyze, because these web pages are connecting to each other making a web graph. So we can analyze it very clearly, and how it navigate and all that. So basically they are used in IR. So yeah, here you can see I have made a simple web graph. You can see diagram of web graph. This is A, B, C, D, E, and these are another web pages. The web page 1, web page 2, web page 3, web page 4. So here A is a web page that basically links to the web page B and C. You can see A is a web page. It is having some such hyperlink that is connecting to B. It is also having another hyperlink that is connecting the page A to page C. So now here A is a web page, and this link is basically the, you can say, edge. So this A, that is a web page, it is acting as a node. Okay, and this link is basically with the help of hyperlink, it is kind of edge. Okay, so a graph basically consists of two things, that is vertex and the edge. So vertex are, or you can say node, are our web pages, and the link between them is basically through the hyperlink. Okay, getting? So this is about the web graph. What is this web graph basically? Now we will understand what is this domain name system. This is very much important if you are in your, like this basically also comes in like this is the very basic thing if you are in development side, web development side, if you are learning front end development and all that. So this domain name system, or you can say in short, is DNS. So this is very much important, so you should know what is this DNS and all that. So this is a very much important topic. Okay, and you should know it. So as it is very much important, we are going to discuss it in the another video, or you can say another part that will be coming very soon. So till then you can just go through these notes, and you just can read them. You can understand the VPN, proxy, what is the difference and all that. If you have any query, you can ask me in the comment section. If you need notes, you can comment me. If you need some kind of help, so you can also connect to me on LinkedIn. I have also mentioned my LinkedIn ID, or you can say a LinkedIn link in the description box. So where you can connect, from there you can connect to me. I'll definitely help you, and I will definitely do also welcome your suggestions and all that. So this is all about this video. Thank you.